Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Alex for those of you who don't know, and today I am doing a mail share to show you guys all of the really fun mail that I'm sending out to my patrons in February. For those of you who don't know, I have a subscription, a monthly subscription on Patreon where you guys can sign up and I send you a bunch of lovely goodies every single month. I choose a different theme each month. February was Edith Holden month, for those of you who don't know. And I really love how everything came out. So without further ado, let me show you what you would be getting in each tier if you were signed up for my Patreon for the month of February. I'll start with my lowest tier. So I'm gonna move the journal covers out of the way and start here with Banana Slug. Banana Slug is my smallest tier. It's mainly my postcard and monthly challenge tier. So each month you can expect to get a postcard in the theme. I have these really pretty ones this month, and then a pack that has approximately 10 pieces for you to put together a project. You can then post a picture of your project and be entered to win the monthly giveaway. There's also a little welcome note or a monthly note in there. This month I sent out these really cool index cards to everyone. Sometimes these little challenge packs will vary just based on what I have, but this month everyone is getting a fun index card to alter. I also try to include a paper swatch or like a piece of the paper for that month. This month I was able to do just like a plain Edith Holden text page. I actually really love these text pages. I think they're super cool. So everyone in the Banana Slug tier got those. I was able to include just a little Edith Holden tag backed with some plain paper, and then a pressed flower that I laminated on my laminator. A lot of fun extra goodies this month. It isn't always like this. I do try to include as much as I can with just one stamp. So I do include extras if I've got them most months, but I really just promise the monthly challenge pack, a postcard, and then a paper scrap of some sort. That's for Banana Slug. Next up, we're gonna have my mini snail mail tier. This one I think is a really fun one. It's a really good bang for your buck because you get a ton of goodies. So you still get that monthly challenge. Show you guys, it's that same index card with various stickers and cutouts, some lace for you to alter that and then enter the monthly challenge. For my monthly challenge, for those of you who don't know, you don't have to do the project that I include. I have a group where you can just post anything you created that month using the supplies I sent you, and you can be entered to win a fun journaling item. This tier also got a piece of Edith Holden paper. You got the main item that I created for this tier and above. It was these fun pressed flower Edith Holden journaling tags with tea-dyed paper sewn on the back. You get a folder, so this one is very simple. It velcros shut and has the little pocket glued in there. In here you just get like a fabric scrap, the playing cards for this month. I think these go really well with Edith Holden. Some tags, a good collection of stickers, and little paper punches, a little vellum paper punch, butterfly paper punch, a whole lot of things in here every month. You get another blank index card in this really fun color, and you get the postcard. So I think this is a really great tier to join if you are just looking to get a couple fun journaling supplies every month. If you make your own journals or you have some that you're working in, this is a really great one because you don't get too much. You're not getting 20 papers every month. You're just kind of getting a little pack of goodies. That is my mini snail tier. Next up, we are going to have my Slow Loris tier. This is my paper pack tier, and these are not packed because I wanted to make sure I filmed and showed you guys before I packed them up. So this tier, I pack everything in tissue paper, and for this month I've got this really cool tissue paper that I'm using as a backdrop. It's got birds, butterflies, flowers, some sort of berries. I thought this was perfect for Edith Holden. And then in this tier you'll get the paper pack, you'll get the ephemera pocket, the monthly challenge, all packaged up. So monthly challenge. This pack is going to be very similar to Mini Snail, so there's a postcard in there, this pressed flower journaling card. It's going to be different for every single person, and I did forget to mention that these packs are like handmade, hand curated. They're not going to be the same every time, but I do like to give you guys an idea of what the packs might look like every month. If you're thinking of joining, I do have some open spots for March, and March is going to be a Peter Rabbit vintage Easter theme, and I've got a lot of really fun things planned for that. You get the playing cards, some tags, the pressed flower in this one, and then a bunch of stickers and cutouts. Down here, I really enjoy these clear stickers. They kind of look like pressed flowers of a sort. So you get that, and then the paper pack. Let me just flip through this. There's a lot of Edith Holden, but I also like to include basics, so I have just a plain cardstock in this beige or tan color. I think I've got a lighter and a darker one in these packs, so yours might vary. Really good for making journaling tags, journaling cards, anything like that, just kind of as a base, even pockets, because it's a thicker cardstock. And then I included a tea-dyed paper. I also included a couple of pages that were kind of Edith Holden adjacent in terms of being nature, floral, botanical related. So I have this really fun page from a flower book. I've got coloring pages from Edith Holden. We've got just a page, normal page from A Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. I have these pages from the Garden Notes book. I think one is Garden Notes and one is Nature Notes. I'm not really sure what the difference is, but they came from different books, and the color of the pages is a little bit different. They're all really fun, all going to be different pack to pack. Please keep that in mind. I can't guarantee that you probably won't be getting this pack if you were signed up in February. You'll be getting something similar. And then I've got this page from a Edith Holden cookery, or like a cookbook. Drinks and preserves. There's a lot of writing space for this, so I think this would be a really good one to like fold, put into a pocket in your journal. Maybe write a recipe on there, write about a fun brunch or meal that you did, family. And then I've got a butterfly page. I really love Edith's butterflies, so I wanted to give you guys some extra pages to work with that theme if that's what you're going for. Then I've got a page from an Edith Holden birthday book, 2 bird pages with these really cool birds. You can fussy cut them or use them for pockets, tags, bunch of different things, collage with them, even use them as a journal cover. I think they'd be really cool if you kind of cut around them and then sewed them on to a journal cover. And then I've got this page from a Spanish like plant medicine kind of book, maybe a little bit holistic, and I thought that one was also really cool. So you'll get all of those pages, you'll get the monthly challenge, and then you'll get the ephemera pocket if you are a part of my Slow Loris tier. This is my paper pack tier, and it'll all be wrapped up in this fun tissue paper. Normally I just have plain tissue paper, so having this already in my stash is a treat. And then finally we have my highest tier. It's gonna be my journal kit tier. Oh, actually, I misspoke. So next up is gonna be my journal tier, my koala tier, and in that tier you're gonna be getting a journal, the ephemera pocket, the monthly challenge. Before I show you guys the journals, I did want to share that I'm filming this before my journal tier, the 2 journal tiers are ready to go out. So I have all of my covers ready, and like my pages trimmed, they're just ready to be sewn in. I'm probably gonna do that after I finish filming this video. So I will try to insert a flip through that just shows you the types of pages I included. But if you don't see that, then no, I probably ran out of time. But the journals, I think the journal covers are my favorite part anyways. If you are a part of my koala tier, each month you receive a soft cover journal with about 15 to 16 pages, so like 30 front and back, perfect for daily journaling if you just use 1 page a day. So you would receive that. You would receive a ephemera pack like this. You have your postcard, something like that. You have this month a scrap piece of fabric. You have your Edith Holden journaling card that I made. These are all different, and I made a bunch of these. I had a lot of fun, and I have a couple extras, so you might see those come in future mail as extras. And then you just get all your playing cards, stickers, cutouts, etc. So you would get that. You would receive the monthly challenge, and that would be everything in my koala tier. Before I move on to my tortoise tier, I am going to share all of the journal covers with you guys, and then just let you know that these journal covers will be split into my koala tier. I think I currently have something like 6 members in that tier, and then the rest will be going to my tortoise tier. I think I have about 11 members in that tier right now. I did make some extra journals. I'll probably be keeping one, and then you might see 1 or 2 go up on my Etsy, in my Etsy shop in the future, kind of as I have time to photograph and add a listing and all of that good stuff. Okay, so let's do a flip through or a share of all the different journal covers. I'll point out some details that they all have. So they're all made with Edith Holden pages. I tried to pick my favorite pages. I've sewn some lace on the spine just to kind of fortify it, make it stronger. We have a piece of this really fun leaf trim. I am going to use the leaf trim as a tie, I believe. I haven't tried it yet. If it doesn't work, I'll find some other matching tie to be the journal closure. Tortoise members get a journal closure included. The koala tier does not, just gets the journal, the smaller journal. And then I have a kind of trim or ribbon, some sort of little decorative piece sewn on, and the inside is going to be fabric. These are very soft, very flexible, but they are quite strong because they have this fabric on there. They have the reinforced spine, and then your pages are just sewn in using a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So pretty sturdy. I did forget to tell you guys that my tortoise tier, or my highest tier journals, are a little bit bigger. So they have 30 pages. That's about 60 pages front and back. And then they have the journal closure, and there's other things that come in that tier. So I'll show you guys in a second. I think I can move a little bit more quickly through the rest of these covers, and quit my yapping now that you guys kind of know what to expect. I used a bunch of different colored laces on the spines, just using up what I have, what I've thrifted. No 2 journal covers are the same. I used one book to create all of the journal covers and all of the ephemera for this month, and then used a second book for the paper packs because I really wanted to make sure these were unique for you guys. I really like this piece because I think it would be so much fun to glue on like a piece of paper with a title, maybe the years or the month that you're using these journals for. I think that would be really cool. And then coming up, I think I have a couple journal covers that are a little bit unique. Here's one. In that instead of putting the lace down the spine, I put it down below just because I thought that worked better for the design and to not cover up too much. That one's beautiful. Here's another one. I was trying not to cover this butterfly. If I did the lace on the spine, that butterfly disappeared completely. I have some burlap, and then this is the final journal cover. Okay, so those are going to be the journals. You will receive a journal in the koala tier, that's the mini junk journal, as well as the tortoise tier, which is my junk journal kit. Let's talk about what else you would receive if you are in my tortoise tier. You would of course get a 30 sheet, 60 page front and back journal with a closure. You would receive the monthly pack, of course. You will receive the ephemera pocket. This one has a little bit less because I think my favorite part of this tier is the handmade items. So this month for the handmade items, we have the postcard. These are nice and sturdy, so I thought that would help protect these. We have the journaling card with the pressed flower. We have these really cool belly bands for your journal. They fit perfectly in these Edith Holden journals. And I think if you want to put them on the pages, it's going to be so wonderful. These are tied shut. You can, let me grab one that's left over. I showed you guys how I made these in a live. I also, I think, showed you guys these. These are really cool. I have a little closure with some twine, and then for these, you open them up, let's see, and you have some journaling space. You can draw, you can write front and back, and then you just close these up. You would glue the top and bottom, and then once it's glued on your page, you can just tuck things behind. You can also tuck things between inside the paper, and really the possibilities are endless. If you wanted to turn these into pockets, you could just glue them closed. Yeah, let me tie this shut. I might show you guys a couple more examples of these because I'm really proud of how the belly bands came out for this month. Really hard to tie this down under my camera. Okay, so for your handmade items, you have these, and then the final items will vary a little bit. So I did these really fun fabric tags. I used a eyelet and then a fun sari trim. These are thick. They have cereal box inside and then just some dyed paper. And then the extra item is just something that I already had in my collection. So some of them, they're all going to be different. These are stickers, the clear stickers that I included in the packs actually, instead of pressed flowers, and then just some note cards. These are different. I showed them in another video. Some of these are also going to have, let's see, the Edith Holden tag instead of the index card. It just kind of varies on what I had in my collection at the time. And then these are all different, of course, but you'll get the same number of items even if they are not the same. I'm gonna put that back in. Okay, so far we've got a journal, we've got some ephemera, handmade items, monthly challenge, and then you're gonna receive a little fabric pack. Everyone's getting a piece of the inner lining of the journals, this fabric. I I figured it would be really fun to use for tags and pockets inside the journals, and I did include a big enough piece that you could make your own journal. I think the pieces are about, I would say like 9 inches by 12. I actually just placed my journals and cut around them, so roughly about that size. And then you'll get 2 other pieces of fabric. These might vary, and then a piece of trim, similar to what I've put on the front of the cover. And then in here there's going to be some bits and bobs. I think this month I included just a selection of paper clips in fun colors. And then so far that's all I have for this pack. This pack is my journal tier, so normally I will throw in a bunch of goodies as I'm packing them. I want you guys to have everything you need to complete the journal. I did forget that this tier, or forget to say that this tier also gets the 20 plus paper pack. So you would have all these papers to create a 30-page, 60-side junk journal, some handmade items, monthly calendar, some fabric, and then just some matching ephemera in this kit. I think that is everything I wanted to share with you guys. This video was a little bit unorganized, a little bit rambly. It is what it is, though. I am just glad to be filming this before I seal all of my packages off and send them off to your homes. One last thing, I did say I wanted to share some of these belly bands with you. Let's see what I have off on the side. I have some of these as extras. You'll see each one is different, and then I've got a bunch of the belly bands. I think these are gorgeous. As I was saying, this video is a little bit rambly, but I hope you guys got the idea of kind of what you can expect in a monthly mail pack from me. February is over. It is too late to grab these packs, although you can keep an eye on my Etsy shop for some of the journals to go up. I also have extra ephemera and stuff, and I have a custom paper pack listing. If you do want an Edith Holden paper pack or similar, you get 20 plus pieces of paper and then about 15 pieces of ephemera. I might put in some of those extra handmade items while supplies last, but no guarantees. Feel free to peruse that listing, send me a message if there's anything specific you're hoping to get before you purchase it. Otherwise, you can just type Edith Holden into the custom box or any theme that you can think of. And I am happy to put together a custom paper pack for you guys. Other than that, though, I just want you guys to know kind of what you can expect from my monthly mail club. The theme is different every single month, but you'll kind of see that I have similar formulas for my mail. So there's always going to be some handmade items, journals, paper packs, some basics in the ephemera, some fabric, etc., etc. Thank you guys. If you made it to the very end, thank you so much for trudging through my rambles. It's late and my brain is not working all that great, but we made it through. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to join my Patreon. I have like a free membership tier if you just want to see all of my videos. I don't always post my videos on YouTube because they're so Patreon specific. I just prefer to post there. Feel free to join my free member tier, or any of my other tiers if I have open spots, if you want to be a part of my mail club. Until next time, thank you guys so much. Have a good one.